So CRNS is an independent charity and a company registered in Scotland. So we have over 120 member organisations who all pay a membership fee. Some of our members are support organisations as well, so local authorities for example, and they pay a membership fee as support organisations. We also draw some core funding from Zero Waste Scotland for CRNS overall. This partnership, the CRNS Reuse Consortium, is also at the moment funded from Zero Waste Scotland Circular Economy Investment Fund, CEIF funding, which is hugely helpful in terms of starting off a partnership like this that's dealing with zero waste issues.
We're open to anybody. Anybody's welcome at Castle. We're a mental health furniture charity, and we support the charity through the sale of reused furniture. So we have 5 vans out on a daily basis all throughout Fife, collecting furniture and placed in our 2 showrooms. We have a showroom in Cooper and one in Glenrothes, where people come in and buy at low cost.
There was a gap really in the market for providing reused furniture to local authorities through a framework contract. So local authorities had always had the opportunity to purchase new furniture through a framework contract with Scotland Excel, but there was no opportunity to purchase reused furniture. And we, along with our members, thought it would be a good thing to be able to fill this gap. On their own, individual community reuse organisations would struggle to be on a framework contract with Scotland Excel. It's a national contract. The demands are quite stringent. The requirements for being on the contract are quite stringent, and we needed to be able to cover a fair number of the local authorities in Scotland, which one organisation on their own couldn't do. So we worked together in 2016 to bring together a consortium of, at the time, 16 reuse organisations who are all members of CRNS, and CRNS did all the kind of administrative work to support that and bring it together and put together the tender for the framework contract, and were successful in 2016, in November 2016, in securing a framework contract with Scotland Excel, which has now enabled the consortium, enabled the partnership to go on to provide reuse furniture to local authorities around Scotland.
Fife is split into 2 areas, and the orders are split by postcode. So half the orders will go to Furniture Plus and half the orders will come to Castle. They just come in by email via the CRNS. This has been a fantastic income stream for third sector organisations like us. Previously there was no Gumtree, Facebook. People are looking for money now. They're looking to sell and get money for unwanted furniture items, and it tends to come here now as a last resort. So the quality is not as good as it used to be, and it's hard to be sustainable on relying on the general public. So this partnership has brought us a significant income stream. We've been able to offer several job opportunities. Our staff are all trained to a very high standard. An example of that is 17th edition, cooker installation. We've employed an electrician, we've employed 2 people in our white goods department. So it's allowed us to provide that vital opportunities, work experience for people.
I've been here just over 2 years now. Basically with the contract Castle got, they needed an electrician. I applied, I got the job, and ever since then it's been brilliant. Day to day, we come in, we get the jobs for the day, we sort out everything that needs to be loaded onto the van, what's going where, and then we take them out to the customers' houses and the vulnerable people's houses, and we install them, make sure everything's done to a good standard. And we do get a lot of volunteers in. We get different faces all the time, and we like to take them out on the vans with us, show them the ropes, train new people who come in, and just really help anyone who comes through our doors.
I suppose the reality is that we couldn't be doing this, we couldn't be offering reused furniture at this scale through a national framework contract if we didn't operate as a partnership. The benefits ultimately, if a local authority such as Fife Council are purchasing reused furniture for their Scottish Welfare Fund clients, we like to think there's what we call the 4 Ps that are the benefits. So it provides support for people, because it means that more people can be supported in their homes. It means that the consortium member that's providing the items can support people in employment and training. It provides support for places, so the communities that we operate in benefit because the social enterprises like Castle and Furniture Plus that operate in Fife are embedded in their communities, and they can support more people in their communities, in their places. Clearly it provides benefits for the planet. It diverts from landfill, it diverts huge tonnages of furniture that would otherwise end up in landfill. It puts them back into use again. And as you can see around here, the furniture that we provide is top quality. It's all quality assured. We work to quality assurance standards and safety standards, so everything's really, really good quality, and that's what we provide to the local authorities. And the final P, the 4th P, is pounds. So it saves local authorities a huge amount in their budgets by purchasing reuse. It's a great deal more economical to buy reuse than to buy new. It provides pounds, it provides income for local charities, local social enterprises such as Castle Furniture here, which is a really important income stream for them. It means they're not just dependent on grants, it means they're not just dependent on the income that they can get from selling locally. They've got a contract with a local authority which is really sustainable for them.
Majority of the orders that come in include white goods. So these orders were coming in fast and furious, and we had 2 days to get the orders ready and delivered, working on a 48-hour timescale. So there were washing machines and cookers. So we got into partnership working with Glenorchy Prison, where all our washing machines are serviced, repaired and cleaned at Glenorchy Prison. Obviously there's prisoners involved in that project and trained to a high standard. When those prisoners then go to the open estate, they can then come here on a day release basis. And there was one lad in particular, Kibby, who was here on day release basis for approximately 8 months before liberation. I saw something in him right for the start. He thought his future leaving after being in prison would be working in his uncle's shop, and being involved in this project gave him a career. So he was out of Castle Huntly on the Friday and straight into employment on the Monday with the help of Michael Hollinger from SCVO, who gave Kibby funding for a year, which is life-changing, absolutely life-changing. In fact, this month he's on a cooker course, and he's away on doing a City and Guilds 2-day pat test course in November. So we really are upskilling him and giving him a career. Changed his life.
I'm actually an ex-offender, and I was in HIP Glenorchy, and through there we had a work party called White Goods, and Castle were actually providing Glenorchy with the washing machines, and then we started doing the repairs on them. I was in that work party for about 8 months until I got moved to Castle Huntly, the open estate in Dundee, and then from then on the staff of Glenorchy had a partnership with Gail as well, and then came together and we ended up getting a placement for myself from Castle. So I done my placement for 10 months here, and then when I got released I was told I'm going to get a full-time contract, so I was really happy. When most people get released from the prison, they don't always go into full-time employment. You know, they're always waiting about because they've got a criminal record, no one's going to hire them, and I was just lucky enough to be in the position I was then and also now. In the prison we actually done the washing machines, but when I got here we started training more on the refrigeration side of things, so that's what I do on a daily basis. I've been being trained by the other engineer, Dougie. He's been teaching me everything I need to know, and we've got a cooker installation course coming up soon, and we've got a pat test course coming up next month as well.
Doing this work as a consortium is a partnership of our members coming together and working really closely together. The benefits are phenomenal for them as individual organisations, because they're getting the benefit of working with other organisations doing similar things but in different places around the country that they wouldn't have had that relationship with, they wouldn't have learned from, they wouldn't have been able to collaborate with, they wouldn't have been able to, and there's other spin-offs, there's other bits of work going on that are nothing to do with the consortium work because of those relationships that have been set up.
For me, partnership working is definitely the way forward. This has allowed the partnership that this has brought for Castle. It's working with Furniture Plus, it's working with the Consortium, it's the partnership with Glenorchy Prison, the partnership with Fife Council, and it's definitely the way forward for third sector organisations.
I think you have to be on the button all the time. You can't just rest back that, oh, that's it, fine, we've sorted the partnership, we'll just leave it now and it'll still be there next year. You have to keep working on it, you have to keep supporting it and seeing where it needs support.
My top tip is go for it. Definitely go for it. We want to be here in 10 years' time. People need us. Funding is more difficult to come by these days, so partnership is the way forward.